Yeah, they did. They played well, the Broncos. And it's exactly what I said last week. They'd be here to turn their season around, and it was going to be a really big effort from our guys if we were going to be in competing for the game. So, that was a massive effort for the boys. They control the game like that, getting to that lead was really healthy, and then getting to 2 points behind, defending it, getting back into it was credit to them. And I'm going to have a good look at them this week with some of the energy they're expanding at the moment. It's been a big 4 to 5 weeks, so preparation going into the next game is going to be we're going to have to be pretty smart.
So a bit of a freshen up, potentially on the way.
Yeah, I'll sit down and talk to the staff, and we'll work that out.
In terms of just recovery and preparation, or is it more, I guess, giving guys a break? Or?
Oh no, we've just got to be smart with our loads this week. It's that was a massive effort there tonight.
You hear what it meant to the crowd at the end, winning one of those close ones. I guess it might have been a game you could have lost this time last year. You said at the start of the season you kind of worked out how to win those close ones. Why are you winning the close ones now?
Well, it's one that we've won, so I'm happy with that. As soon as we lose a close one, you'll be into us.
Back to Corio's try, you always sort of said it's not how the guys, it's how they respond after a mistake or they've got some adversity.
What's that? Sorry,
So when they've had mistakes or adversity put upon them, you've always liked how they've responded so far this year, and after that Corio's try, what did you see in the guys, in their body language and just how they got about their job?
Confidence within each other, I reckon, is something that I'm feeling from where I sit. They're a lot more mature group this year, and it's been they're an easier team to coach this year, because I feel that there's individuals growing up, and it's when that happens, you don't have to baby blokes as much. When you got a little bit of depth, you certainly don't have to pat blokes on the back. You can be a little bit more honest to them when you have to tell them the truth about certain parts or scenarios of their game. So they're a lot more mature group of blokes, and I been working hard to make it a player-centric type of environment here at the club, and with their maturity and the accountability and responsibility they're shown, it's making it easier for me to have that type of environment here.
Coming back from being behind, was that sort of the most important or the most pleasing thing, I guess, for you tonight?
Well, I said to our footy manager, Matty Ford, I said, this will be a good test for us now. Early in the season, let's see where we're at. So it was, as I say, we leading and then going into being down by 2. It was, as I said, it was going to be a good test, and it would be always going to be interesting to see the outcome, and they did well.
How's Chance obviously looked pretty serious there with that collision with Milford?
Yeah, it did.
Pretty gutsy to play on.
Hobber extended his leg, and it was a gutsy effort to stay out there. He plays the game quite physical, and he every time he's involved in bringing the ball back, it's with a lot of collision, and he handles that very well. But again, that's why we've got to be smart about our prep going into the next game, where we'll be going up to Manly playing on a very heavy field. So preparation next week's going to be really got to be smart.
Given he finished the game, you don't really expect him to be missing that Manly game at all?
But beg your pardon?
Given Chance finished playing the game,
I'm not sure. No, I don't think so. The way you finished it, I think that I don't think there's any major injuries, but I know they look forward to a couple of days off now.
You mentioned Jack, and I guess building on his bag your tricks through yesterday.
Yeah.
Was sort of headering one of those you've sort of introduced?
Yeah, it's something that we've been practicing. No, it's a couple of those little kicks down the left edge there. There's a couple of things that for halves you've got to have a bit of courage to do, and we're trying to create that within Jack's game. And there's certain skill level that we want to keep implementing into his game, and it's just, as I said to you yesterday, David, that it's just a slowly natured style of process with Jack, who's in a completely different position, and responsibility of the game that he owns now is different to where he was at one.
You know, the margins in this game aren't very much. You're feeling a bit for the Broncos. They're not far off, but they're 1-5. I think it's their worst start to a season this century.
You reckon they were feeling for me last year?
But I suppose the question is, are they not that far off as a 1-5 team?
Oh, it's probably a question for their coach, mate. Without being rude, I'm not really too concerned about the Broncos.
You happy with that crowd though, Rick?
Yeah, look, the clap's getting louder. There was another comment I made there at the start of the game. You're starting to feel the vibe and you can feel the vibe and the enjoyment the crowd's having. There's a lot of kids in the autograph alley there before we get into the change rooms before the game. Having the Viking clap and the enthusiasm amongst the crowd helps our players. I say it every week, but unfortunately, we're getting a bit of good weather, so it's been and it's also good with our scheduling. For once we get something that schedules well with our crowd. A 4 o'clock game on a Sunday afternoon. Kids have got school holidays. It's worked out well. Usually we're away or we've got a crappy schedule time. So while the players keep delivering, I'm sure the supporters will keep flocking in. But I think it was a bit over 17,000 today, which is a wonderful crowd for us. And we'll do everything we possibly can. As I always say, we'll do everything we possibly can for our crowd. And I think they can certainly see win, lose or draw tonight. They can certainly see these blokes are having a dig for them and one another.
I guess win by 2 more points and we've been top as well.
Yeah, that doesn't worry me. It's winning is the thing that worries me. And we'll win them when we have been winning recently. We've been winning by big points, but we can't defend. Now we're really, we're putting a lot of pride into our defence. So it's that's the important part of it for me at the moment, is the way they are defending and showing that pretty resilient, comfortable style of defence.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.